computers to not just be able to process large amounts of data, but to actually think like we do. See, we're not building a God in God's image. We're building a God in our image. And the Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked, deceitful above all things. And so if they build a God that's like us, we are so in trouble. We are so in trouble because the heart of man is wicked, and this God is going to be wicked exponentially. Anyway, Google sees this company called DeepMind. Google says, hey, we want to own you. What's it going to cost? $600 million? Here you go. They paid $600. Google says, hey, we want to own you. What's it going to cost? $600 million? Here you go. They paid $600 million for this company, bought them out, so now Google owns them. And Google wants artificial intelligence. You know why? In fact, Google is. Google is artificial intelligence. Go to Google, www.google. You don't need me to tell you what it is. And start typing something in. Did you ever notice the last few years something was different about Google? That as you start typing, Google already starts working to try to figure out what it is you're looking for. It's like the game Password. Okay? The letter R comes up. Google starts, number one, they take what they know about you. Then they take what they know everybody else in the world looked for that started with the letter R. And they fuse those two things together to try to figure out what you're looking for. That's how they become the number one search engine in the world. You see, when search engines came up, Yahoo, one of the first search engines in the world, Yahoo just, you type this back in the 90s, you type something in at Yahoo, and Yahoo went and pulled out every website in the world, which was only like, a couple thousand back then, in the world, and you had to go through, I don't know how many things to find the website you were looking for. When Google came out, they decided to do it better than Yahoo. Google said, why not, instead of us just throwing at you every single website, why don't we use some sort of algorithm that can decide what you're probably looking for based upon what we know about you and what we know about what's popular on the internet. That's what got to the forefront. Google wants artificial intelligence that thinks like us, so that it will not only be able to tell what we're looking for, it will be able to predict what we're going to look for before we ever look for it. That's a God. We're building a God. Now, here's what it's going to take. The standard, what they call classical computing system of bits and bytes, zeros and ones. If you don't understand that, let's go to computer school. I've talked about this on Pastor Mike Online. I've kind of shared information about this. This is what I know. I'm fascinated with computers all my life, even in the 70s, into the 80s. I was fascinated with it. For the first time, 1982, I'm going, I can own a computer. Okay, I was just fascinated. I learned what bytes were, learned what bits were. I know what memory is. I know what ROM, hard drive, things. I know what jumpers are. I mean, all the way back when we put things in computers, we had to do our own configuration. Now they do it for us, okay? Cheaters. Anyway, so I'm trying to learn as much as I can about computers. Some things I know, some things I don't know, but I know what a bit is. I know what a byte is. And this goes all the way back to the 50s when they started building these humongous warehouse-sized computers with tubes in them, vacuum tubes instead of circuits. They didn't have them. Transistors, no transistors. So guys in lab coats had clipboards and they were reading the programming. And the programming would be this switch is on, which is a 1, and this switch is off, that's a 0. So it's very simple. It's either something or nothing. The switch is on, which means electricity can flow, or the switch is off, which means electricity doesn't flow. It's nothing. So the processor part of the computer, the brain, the in the 80s when everybody had 8-bit computers. When you typed the letter K and it showed up on the screen, that letter K, that single letter K, was one byte, one piece of information. But it had 8 mini bits that made it up. It had 8 bits that made it up. Okay? And those 8 bits were characterized either as ones or zeros. And every letter that you put on the screen had its own separate code. So that's how the computer knew how to do it. When I used to program computers back in the 80s in the basic language, the computer had to know the language, and then when I typed it in and hit run, the computer then had to convert our common language into its secret language, called machine language. Had to convert it into zeros and ones. This iPad, 32-bit iPad, way farther advanced than the Commodore VIC-20 that I had, still operates on zeros and ones. It just has more in them. It has 32 bits for one character on the screen rather than just 8. 32 pixels in one area of the screen instead of 8 pixels. So if you have a camera that's, the first cameras that came out were measured in kilobytes. It had thousands of pixels. The cameras that are coming out now, 10 megapixels, which means 10 million little dots on the screen of different colors that make up these amazing photographs that we're taking. So you kind of understand it a little bit. So anyway, here's what I had to learn. The common 32, 64-bit computers, they're going to probably come up with some 128 or a 96-bit computer. Maybe I'll explain that a little bit. But the common 0 and 1 computers that are out right now probably will not ever have the ability to have a brain like a human being, much less a god. So now we have to look at the quantum computers. And I had to learn what that was. I've been reading about it, seeing websites, watching documentaries, but it just wasn't clicking. So I had to just put everything aside and devote myself to what a quantum particle is, what a quantum computer does, and how it does it. It's strange, because I had heard years ago that, yeah, you know what binary is, zeros and ones? Yeah, well, they're going to come out with trinary, and I'm going, how do you do that? There's no way in the world. I didn't believe it. They're doing it now. They think they're doing it now. Here is a company called D-Wave. D-Wave is telling everybody that they have invented, or they are building, what's called quantum computers. Now, I'm going to spend a little time. We're going to take this slowly, so I won't get all the information out today, but I want to take it slowly and just kind of get you to understand a little bit about it. We learned in school, when we were growing up, that the smallest parts of the universe were called atoms. You remember that teaching, hydrogen atoms. And let's keep it simple. Hydrogen atoms just picture the Earth, the Sun, and the Moon, okay, and all the planets and stars that, we see spin around in the night. The atom has, in its core, it's just like the heart of the Earth. It has a proton, which is a positively charged particle, and a neutron, which has no charge whatsoever. It's neutral, all right? Then spinning around it is an electron, which it's a negatively charged particle, spinning around, rotating like the moon around the Earth, all right? It's just amazing to me that the very biggest things in the universe, like solar systems or even our Earth with the moon rotating around it, is built up of something that does exactly the same thing. You have a proton, positive charge, neutron in the core of the atom, electron spinning around it. Okay, that's hydrogen. One proton, one neutron, one electron. All right? You can forget about all that. We were told that that's the smallest parts of the universe. Nothing smaller than an atom. Nothing smaller than a proton, neutron, electron. Then some guys thought, well, you know what? Seems like maybe the proton has to be made of something. The neutron, the electron, seems like they have to be made of something.
I could use this and then
So that's when they started talking about
make it
particles.
brittle.
You hear about particle physics, the electron. Seems like they have to be made of something. That's when they started talking about particles. You hear about particle physics, the Large Hadron Collider. Saying are the smallest things ever in the universe, and they mean it this time. They can't see them because they're too small. They're smaller than light. They can't observe them because when they observe them somehow, some way, that changes what they really are. I don't understand that yet, but we'll move on from there. Okay? But here's what they find out. They have to do experiments up here in the brain rather than doing experiments with machines and so on, unless they can control everything.
Don't tell me I
But here's what they found out then in the quantum world, where all these particles, these bosons and these quarks, photons of light, for some reason, the quantum particles don't obey the same laws of physics that atoms and molecules and ink pens have to follow. For some reason, they don't know why, but for some reason, the quantum world does things that we don't know how it does that. We know that it does. We just don't know how it does it. Let me give you an example. Okay? The light that's shining off of my face right now. Light is made up of very, very tiny particles called photons. And these photons are bouncing off of my skull and landing in that camera. Okay? That's where we get the word photo from. Light, photons, the particles are bouncing off. Photons are supposed to be particles. But when they examine them in the quantum world, that strange world that exists below everything else, when they examine them in the particle world, the quantum world, they saw that light photons were both particles and waves. If you don't understand the difference, this would be an example of a particle. The voice coming out of my face, sound travels how? In waves. Energy and mass are usually not the same at the same time. In the quantum world,
go to the top of that tree over
very, very tiny, small, universal zone practically. In the quantum world, they're saying that photons are both waves and particles at the same time, which in our world can't exist. Let me give you another example. This is called quantum entanglement. If I remember this right. Let's say that there is a particle here and a particle over here in Dallas, Texas. If I do something to change or alter this particle, like move it in a certain direction, for some reason, the particle over here in Dallas, Texas, moves too. Whatever I do to this particle here is done to this particle over here. And they don't know why, but they just know that it does. Let me give you another example. Let's say I think this is called quantum tunneling. exact book is here, and I'm looking at the whole of the line of books, and the same exact book is here and there at the same time. Let me give you a verse.
Dude,
Jesus
this
said,
is
I
so nice.
am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end. He didn't say, I am the first, then the last. I am the Alpha, and then I am the Omega. He didn't say that. He said, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last,
I'd go.
at the same
I have a football tree out here.
beginning.
I maybe
And
cut
the
down some trees over there. Is that an
leads
island?
me
We'll have
to
to
believe
discover if that's an island or not.
that the
But
quantum world
get big trees like this,
has a lot
equal
to
in
do
space and like 20
with
squares
the
apart.
realm
This way,
where the spirits
that
are.
that way,
The devils,
that way,
the angels,
that way.
Jesus.
You know, like a
Because of
square
what
here.
I see in the scriptures.
square there, and then 20 squares
Now,
over there.
I'm going to
Square there.
explain a little bit
20
about
squares,
quantum.
boom. 20 squares, boom. 20 squares, boom.
I'm going to explain a little bit how they operate and what
And
they're able
build
to
a
do.
big, huge house that overlooks.
Back in the
So I
90s,
can see my little
IBM
camp.
built a
This is nice.
computer
I've
called
got to get
Deep
pictures.
Blue, and they taught Deep Blue how to play chess. And so they got Gary Kasparov, world famous Russian chess player, beats everybody in the world. They got him to play the computer, okay? Shot heard around the world, this was. Kasparov lost. The computer, IBM's Deep Blue computer, this is 20-year-old technology. IBM's Deep Blue computer,
Should do a glass
what
bottom
they
too.
do is, I had a computer chess game back in the VIC-20 days where I could tell the game, old technology. IBM's Deep Blue computer, what they do is, I had a computer chess game back in the VIC-20 days where I could tell the game, I'm going to play against the computer, and I want the computer to look one move ahead and then decide what move it's going to make. Now, usually, when I play, all I can do is one move ahead. So I put the computer on equal terms with me. And so I would tell the computer, look one move ahead, decide what you're going to move, and then I'll move. So the computer's going to look one move ahead into the future. I could go up to 6 moves ahead. I could tell my VIC-20 computer that when it decides to make its move, it can look at 6 possible outcomes ahead of its moving one piece to decide which piece it wanted to move. Most chess players can do that and go beyond that. Good ones, like Kasparov, they can look several possible outcomes in advance. The computer would do it one at a time. This VIC-20 machine, I decided to put it on 6 moves one time. So I made my move, and now it's the computer's turn. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited. The next morning, when I woke up, the computer had finally made its move. I don't know how many hours it took. But that computer took hours to first move one piece in its mind, figure out why I might go with it, and then that next piece, figure out why I might go with it, and do that 6 times. And it did that with every available piece that could be moved, and it took hours because it did it one at a time. IBM's Deep Blue, it runs way faster than my Commodore VIC-20 back in 1982. So it was able to look at all of these moves one at a time in a much faster way. So it did that, and it had the ability to look at more moves in the future than Kasparov did, and it beat him. But even at that, it took IBM's Deep Blue computer some time to run through every possible outcome. That's a standard switches on, switches off computer. 0 and 1 binary
That's 5 is 40, 5 to
quantum computers.
okay, 40.
It's a whole new ball game, a whole new playing field. In fact, it's a whole new universe. You listen to this. Quantum computers have the ability to look at every single chess
can't even see that. That's it.
And God, our God, can do that. Deuteronomy 11:12. A land which the Lord thy God careth for, the eyes of the Lord thy God are always upon it, from the beginning of the year even unto the end of the year. 2 Chronicles 16:9. For the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, to show himself strong in the behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him. Herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. There is so much here. I got to spend time with just these three verses, and you grasp what the Bible's telling you. This is absolutely amazing. It says the eyes of the Lord are always upon the land, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. You know what that means? That God sees the beginning of the year and the end of the year at the exact same time. He sees everything between it all at once. God can do that. Oh, unless you think that God doesn't know everything that happens. Are you kidding me? God foreknew us. He foreknew Israel. He foreknew Jacob and Esau. He knows everything. You know why? He sees it all at once. That's what God does. 2 Chronicles, the eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth. Does that sound like something that runs to and fro? Like a roaring lion. To and fro. The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth. Now, do you think that God's two eyes are first here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then here? You think that's how it works? No. The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth, all at the exact same time. He sees everything all at once. Here it is, Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of the Lord are in every place. What does that tell you? They are not. The eyes of the Lord, it doesn't say the eyes of the Lord go to every place. The eyes of the Lord are, present tense, in every place. Every place geopositionally, every place chronologically. That's probably a new term. Chronologically.
Oh, what? I gotta do this.
Every place geophysically and every place chronologically. The eyes of the Lord are in every place. Present tense, are right now in every place. God sees everything. Remember the devil. He wants to be like on top. So he put cameras. There was a news story that broke out
what?
this morning that schools are
The
experimenting
flip over
with
there. What?
gunshot detectors. And let's say one elementary school, multiple rooms, multiple hallways, bathrooms, you name it, closets. They're going to put gunshot detectors, and they're all going to be networked together. So that if a gunshot goes off, it is instantly known exactly where that gunshot went off. And as police arrive, they will have an app that will access that school and know exactly the path of the gunman, where they have been, and where they possibly are going. That's a God that can do that. A quantum computer does not think like you and I. When you and I say, what about this? No, that won't work. Well, what if we did this? No, that's a bad idea. Well, what if I went like this? Okay, yeah, let's try that. That's how we think. God doesn't think that way. He thinks it all at once. He sees it all at once. Past, present, future, it's all there to him. Jesus said, I am he who was and is and shall be. There's another verse in this Bible that's going to blow your mind. That's the whole concept behind the all. What do they call this? The all-seeing eye. It sees everything all at once. Now,
Go, Blackberry. Bang,
this
bang.
graphic here. This is a guy that works for the D-Wave computer company, Washington or whatever it is. And he's explaining the benefits of this quantum computer. And what he's explaining is, he's saying, let's pretend that there's a natural disaster. You ever had one of those? I have.
I ever need to go to this
say
area and I
most
need to stock
people,
up, I'm gonna keep
see,
these
humans
chests here.
would say, let's try this. Well, they might be wrong. Hence a lawsuit. Well, that won't work. Well, what about these people over here? Okay, well, we got to just...
Oh,
So men would fight and say, no, you got to save them first. No, you got to get those people first. The quantum computer would say, guys, I got this. I've already got it all worked out. I ran every possible scenario through my mind all at once, and I know the answer. Do you remember the movie War Games? Dealt with an artificial intelligence computer named Whopper. I always thought that was funny, made me hungry. Whopper was a War Games design system that calculated the best possible way to send nuclear bombs to Russia. And it was back in the days of the Cold War. You remember that at the end, whereby they were playing the game tic-tac-toe, and then the computer, the Whopper, was running through every possible military scenario. Had it up on the screen. Pew, pew, and it was doing it faster, 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 and faster. Then it decided this is a dumb game. There is no winner. There's no loser. Okay? Had it up on the screen. Pew, pew, and it was doing it faster and faster and faster and faster. Then it decided this is a dumb game. There is no winner. There's no loser. Whopper was running through every possible military scenario and had it up on the screen. Pew, pew, and it was doing it faster and faster and faster and faster. Then it decided this is a dumb game. There is no winner. There's no loser. Okay? The quantum computer could have went as soon as the issue came up. I got the answer. I ran through every possible nuclear war scenario, and I have the answer. That is a God. Because the God, can we call upon God to save us in ways that we cannot even fathom? God saves us. How did God save Israel when they were at the banks of the Red Sea? No one ever figured out, well, we can't go that way, Moses, because there's Pharaoh. I wonder if we can climb these mountains. No, we can't do that. Well, how about we chisel our way through? No, we can't do that. No one ever thought of the water opening up and then walking through on dry ground. God did. God came up with a way that their human minds could not even conceive of. And God did it. You see, the power of our God is that He, Jeremiah 33:3, call unto me, and I will answer thee, and show thee great and mighty things that which thou knowest not. This quantum computer that they're building, and they're not even sure that it does in fact work the way they think it's supposed to work, nor can they figure out how it's working, but they think it is. But the idea is that these quantum computers,
that's the,
and who knows how advanced they're going to get in the next 25 years, these quantum
damn,
computers,
you can't even see that.
if we call unto them, ask them a question, they will answer us and show us great and mighty things which we could have never. If we call unto them, ask them a question, they will answer us and show us great and mighty things which we could have never thought of. We're building in the area of quantum computers. We're building to God. No doubt about it. And to top it all off, you ought to see what they're calling the quantum processors in the quantum computers. The processors' names are Calypso. Over there on the left, bottom left, you see a picture of this goddess, blonde hair. That's Calypso. She's a goddess of the sea. The other processor is Europa. She is a woman that rides a beast. Get it? Leda, there with the swan over her head, she's one of those geniuses. She's one of those fates that rule over things. Rainier, I couldn't find anything on that. But Vesuvius, there was a mountain named after a god, Vesuvius, who was a serpent. Ephesians chapter 2 doesn't look so limited anymore, does it? Ephesians chapter 2, if I could ever get there. The quantum computer could already beat me. I showed you what quantum computers can do. Now I'm going to show you how they do it. Take a look at this graphic here. You see an arrow pointing up, an arrow pointing down, but then you see the arrows going around and around and around and around. Let me explain to you what that means, okay? Remember in classical computers, like my iPad, classical computers, the switch is either on, which means the electricity is flowing through the circuit, or the switch is off, which means the electricity is not flowing through the circuit, and the processor is reading the sequence of zeros and ones. It's either on or off. Either one. But remember, this is the quantum world. And in the quantum world, a particle could be here, this place, and that place. It could either be a wave or a particle. It could be either a wave or a particle, or it could be both a wave and a particle. Which they're going. We have no idea what that is or how that is. We just know that that's what it is. So, in quantum computing, the switch can either be on, that's a 1, something, or the switch can be off, which is a 0, nothing, or both, something, nothing. That's how quantum computing computes. Like a god. It's both on and off. Let me show you a graphic of what that looks like. That's Sephiroth, the tree of life in the Kabbalah. On the one side you have Yahweh, or Baal. That's who that really is. Now the other side you have Shekinah, or Ashtaroth, because that's who she really is. And in the middle you have the Adam Kadmon, who is both. He is the resurrected Adam. Remember that I said that. Because this Adam Kadmon was supposed to be the original Adam with all the divine substance in him, and he was the center of everything, and then there was a big bang that exploded pieces of him all throughout the universe. The divine spark in every one of us. They got it from Kabbalah, the Big Bang Theory, that's where it came from. And Adam Kadmon is the perfect representation of the male principle and the female principle. You can either pick one or the other, or you can pick both at the same time, and that's what Adam Kadmon is. That's what the beast is. Man beast. Revelation 13:18 has that he is man beast. It's the number of the beast, it's the number of a man. Both of them. At the same time. It is the two opposites that have been brought together. Here's some other ways of looking at it. The yin-yang of Eastern thought is the quantum computing state. It's either light or darkness or both. The heavenly or the earthly realm, the male or the female, the yin or the yang, or it's the letter G in the middle, it's both of them, opposites together. That's either Osiris or Isis, or both, which is Horus. It's either the sons of God, Genesis 6, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in into the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old, men of renown. Daniel chapter 2, verse 43, that's the iron and clay. Whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with miry clay. You remember how Daniel described the iron. The iron is strong, the clay is weak. Iron and clay, they're opposites. It's 1 and 0. So you either have iron or you have clay. But in our world, you can't have both. But in the quantum world, you can. You can have both together. The sons of God, daughters of men, they're opposites. They're not supposed to be together. And yet they are. The giants represent quantum mechanics, quantum computing. That's what that is. 0 or 1. go to perdition. They that dwell on the earth shall walk in the
Okay.
ways
I
were
gotta
not
go
written
around.
life of the foundation of the world when they behold the beast that was and is not and yet is. Did you see that? He was, past tense, is not,
Now is.
and yet is. I don't understand that. This is why we don't really understand it yet. We can't comprehend of something that is not and yet it is at the same time. It's like this pen is
Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys.
Now.org, the War and Peace Report. I'm Amy Goodman with Juan.
What's your assessment of the
Water testing to people sit there, sometimes block safety rules before Ohio derailment. But we begin with Emily Wright.
Bomb train. Bomb train. Bomb train.
In eastern Ohio, residents have been on edge for more than a week following an explosive train derailment and a toxic chemical leak. Evacuation orders have been lifted and the all clear has been given, but in East Palestine, a small community of about 5,000 people on the Pennsylvania border, that's done little to calm anxieties. It was like something out of a disaster movie. A massive train derailment led to an explosion, causing ominous plumes of smoke to billow over the quiet village of East Palestine. But it's what's in that smoke that has some residents still concerned about returning home. The train, operated by Norfolk Southern, was carrying several toxic chemicals used in plastic.
Oh.
to me and he said, "Pastor, what do you think?" And I kind of got it at first. Then when I went and looked at the scriptures, I got it. AI. We're going to talk about the king, AI. This movie came out years ago. The cutest, or one of the cutest kids ever show up in a movie. You have Shirley Temple. She was adorable. Macaulay Culkin. Oh yeah. Haley Joel Osment did several movies. The Sixth Sense, where I see dead people. He was in a movie called AI. I want you to look at the graphic here. AI. You see the opposites? See that? The letter A and the letter I. See the opposites here? By the way, David is 11 years old. Think Tower of Babel. Weighs 60 pounds. Think about that. He's 4 feet 6 inches tall. He has brown hair. His love is real, but he is not. Now I want you to notice. See this David, this little boy named David. Think about it. His companion is a bear. If you think that this is just a random script edition, not after you see what I'm going to show you. In this movie, he is an artificial intelligence robot designed to look and act just like a little 11-year-old human boy. And his symbol is the bear. Think of Revelation chapter 13. Think of what David said Goliath was, a lion and a bear. So here's kind of the plot summary. I was reading through this and I was just going, because I've seen the movie a long time ago, but I didn't get it. I get it now. He's given to a woman. Her husband, this woman's husband, works for this company that makes all these little robots. This is in the future, the robot world. And her son, her real son, has got some nasty disease that's going to kill him, so they put him in cryostasis until such time as they can find a cure for him. Well, this woman is so long, so her husband has built a little 11-year-old boy to give her companionship. Now, this robot boy is going to, when he's activated, he's going to have this unconditional love for this woman. He's going to give this woman everything she's ever wanted, which was the love of a little boy, which she's missing right now. And it just pulls at your heartstrings, and you're going, yeah, that's how it should be. Okay? So anyway, they bring him to the house. They're going to try him out for a while. See how he works a little bit. But he hasn't hit the love button yet. She has to do that. The mom has to do that. You know how she does it? They give her these special words that she has to say to him. And when she says these special words, he's activated. Now he's her son. Man, anyway, now he's alive. Okay? I'll give you the whole time in history, the fake global warming thing. Well, the whole polar ice caps have melted, and most of the exterior of the United States is underwater, including Coney Island. So the little boy ends up in the ocean. Where did the beast come from that looks like a bear? He ends up in the ocean, and over time, 2,000 years exactly, 2,000 years. Think of Christ. 2,000 years later, the ocean is frozen over, and this little boy is frozen. And he's discovered by the advanced artificial intelligence machines who are now, they own the earth. The computer robots took over. They're 2,000 years advanced. And they find this little boy, and I want you to look how they activate him. Yeah, let's get that ET third eye thing going, okay? They activate him and bring him back to life. Now, I want you to remember this idea that he's frozen. Don't let it go, okay? Now, AI, artificial intelligence. The guy says, Pastor Mike, have you ever looked at the king of AI? It's a very simple word in the Bible. It consists of two letters, A and I. And we pronounce it AI. That's how we pronounce it, the king of AI. If you don't know that story, we're going to look at it. We're going to look at the story. After Joshua fit the battle of Jericho, the walls came tumbling down. After that, Joshua comes up to Ai, and he's going to destroy Ai. The first time, he decided, I'm not going to waste my whole army on AI, and I know God wants us to do this, so we're just going to go ahead and do it. They didn't wait on the Lord. And they sent about 2,000 or 3,000 men to Ai, and they got trained. Joshua was just beating himself to death, and God said, Joshua, get up. Get up. Did you learn your lesson? Remember, I'm the one who fights the battles. And if you want to lose again, just do that one more time. Go without me giving you the signal, giving you the blessing. Go without me waiting on me. But if you want to win this time, why don't you let me tell you what to do? Joshua says, okay. So then Joshua does, and they do exactly, I can't remember the whole story, but we're going to pick it up. They capture Ai, they burn it, like Babylon the Great, the smoke rising up. Okay? That's what they see. Then they capture the king of Ai. Think about it. They capture the king of Ai.
Okay, how do I do this?
Here's what they do with him. Joshua 8, 28, 29. And Joshua burnt Ai and made it in heap forever, even a desolation unto this day. And the king of Ai, he hanged on a tree until eventide, and as soon as the sun was down, Joshua commanded that they should take his carcass down from the tree and cast it at the entering of the gate of the city and raise thereon a great heap of stones that remaineth unto this day. Does that sound familiar to you? Christ, who was showing the destruction of his enemies, like death and the Antichrist and the serpent and all, false prophet and then, Kenneth Copeland, he's showing their destruction. When he's hanging on the cross, the book of Colossians tells you that he was making a show of them openly, triumphing over them in the cross. Christ becoming a curse for us. Cursed is anyone who hangs on a tree. Here they take the king of Ai. It's a picture of the beast, and they hang him on a tree until the eventide. Then they take him down, put him in a place, and they put great stones on top of him and cover him up, and they're there to this day. And Christ did that 2,000 years ago. But his stones were thrown away. He was resurrected from the dead. Isn't that beautiful? There's another story like that in Joshua. 1,000 years ago. But his stones were rolled away. He was resurrected from the dead. Isn't that beautiful? There's another story like that in Joshua. Joshua 10. This is like Joshua's favorite way of doing this. This time we have the 5 kings. One of them's the king of Jerusalem. That's what the Merovingian line giants, I believe. And these 5 kings went and run and hide in a cave. And Joshua's men kept them in there. In verse 22, the number 22 is the number for Revelation. Now we're going to see these 5 kings revealed. Think of the 5th trumpet. Think of the 5-point plan of Lucifer in Isaiah 14. Think of the translation. Okay? The number 5. It's all there. Think of death. Genesis chapter 5. These are the enemies. Number 5. And they're going to be destroyed. How? Watch this. Then said Joshua, open the mouth of the cave, bring out those 5 kings unto me out of the cave. And they did so and brought forth those 5 kings unto him out of the cave, the king of Jerusalem, the king of Hebron, the king of Jarmuth, the king of Lachish, and the king of Eglon. And it came to pass when they brought out those kings unto Joshua, that Joshua called for all the men of Israel and said unto the captains of the men of war which went with him, come near, put your feet upon the necks of these kings. And they came near and put their feet upon the necks of them. Joshua said unto them, fear not, nor be dismayed. Be strong and of good courage, for thus shall the Lord do to all your enemies against whom ye fight. Isn't that cool?
Ooh.
Okay.
Do something like this.
Then afterward, Joshua smote them and slew them and hanged them on 5 trees, and they were hanging upon the trees until the evening. And it came to pass at the time of the going down of the sun that Joshua commanded that they took them down off the trees and cast them into the cave wherein they had been hid, and laid great stones in the cave's mouth, which remain until this very day. He's destroying the enemies on the cross. 5 times. 1, 2, both feet, that's 4. Once in his side, that's 5. He was pierced 5 times. He's destroying death with his death. So think of this Antichrist. He's the destroyer, the king of AI, artificial intelligence. They're making a god, the image of the beast. No, I don't think God named AI after artificial intelligence. I think that the spirit of this world in the children of disobedience coined this phrase, not probably even aware of this story in the Bible. And I think it fits. I think it fits perfectly. Think of the concept of this king of the AI, the beast in the last days, the image of the beast being given life, hence artificial intelligence becoming God. And it is going to be destroyed one day when Christ returns. The beast and the false prophet, all of those that worshiped him, that took his mark. Think about that. Think about what the king of AI represents. Think about where we're going with building this God. By the way, there's another connection here with the king of AI, because this is what this man brought to me. He said, you remember that, don't you, Mike? I said, yeah. He said, the king of AI was one of those kings that, I'm going to show you this. I've done this before. You're going to like this. Joshua records for us. If you look at the screen here, Joshua chapter 12, verse 1. Joshua records for us that they killed a certain number of kings in getting into the promised land. Moses, Joshua 12, verse 1, killed Sihon, the king of the Amorites. That's what you find in verse 2. And then in verse 4, you find out he killed Og, the king of Bashan. We know that Og was a giant. We know that Sihon, the king of the Amorites, his height was as the height of a cedar, the Bible says. So we know that Moses killed 2 of those kings himself, and they were both quantums. They were both hybrids. They were both 0 and 1 together. Blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind. That's how many Moses killed. Joshua comes along and kills, Joshua chapter 12, verse 7, these are the kings of the country which Joshua and the children of Israel smote on this side Jordan on the west, from Baal Gad in the valley of Lebanon, even unto the Mount Helak that goeth up into Seir, which Joshua gave unto the tribes for a possession according to their divisions. Joshua 12:9, the king of Jericho won, the king of Ai, which is beside Bethel won. That's starting the list, and then ending the list, the king of Tirzah won, and all the kings 30 and 1. In other words, Joshua killed 31, Moses killed 2. Doesn't take a quantum computer to figure that one out, does it?
Hell
That's
no.
33. Think of that number. Think Fat Albert Pike. Ike would be rolling over in his grave thinking about this. Manly Hall and all these guys, that number 33, that is a number related to the beast. In fact, the beast, that phrase, the beast, New Testament, King James Bible, 33 times. And they use this number everywhere. It's 3 and 3 together. Sons of God, daughters of men. It itself represents the quantum computing world. That's what it represents. It's 3 bits that are on and 3 bits that are off at the same time, not in separate places. And forgive me if it seems like this is all going over your head. I'm trying to explain it as I understand it, and it took me a while to grasp all of this, and I'm still going, wow, that blows my, I don't understand how it works, and of course they don't either. But that's the thing, is that the king of AI, this artificial intelligence god that we're building, foreshadowed in the scriptures, number 1, as being hung on a tree and cast and had stones covering up, concealing him, hiding him, sealing him in. The 5 Philistines' lords, the same way. Cast them in the cave, put stones over there to seal them in. The beast, he's in the same place. He's in a pit. Actually, he's in the bottom of the sea. And it's sealed with something. Some kind of stone. But anyway, the king of Ai was one of the 33 that was killed by Moses and Joshua. You know what Moses represents? The Old Testament. You know what Joshua represents? New Testament. First and second coming of Jesus. I love it. Now, let's go back to this movie. No, I don't interpret the Bible by movies. I see the Bible being right in what it says. And when you watch some of these things, you're going, I know what that is. I know what that is. When I went back and refreshed my memory about AI, the little boy with the bear, artificial intelligence, when I refreshed my memory about this, saw that he was buried under the sea and had been frozen over, I remembered this verse. Job 38, verse 29. Out of whose womb came the ice? The hoary frost of heaven, who hath gendered it? Waters are hid as with a stone. The face of the deep is frozen. See, the beast is under those waters, isn't he? He's down at the bottom of the sea. He can rise up from the sea, but right now he can't because there's sea.
116. I gotta, what's going on, y'all? Hope y'all are doing good. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. How many hours have I been doing this? 1 hour and 9 minutes. Get the flip over there. Hold on, y'all. I'll check my stuff. Get over there. Get over there. Hope y'all are doing good though. God bless. I did okay.
The hoary frost of heaven, who hath gendered it?
I already said hello.
Little boy with the bear, artificial intelligence. When I refreshed
I'm
saw that
listening
he
to
was
this
buried
right now,
under the
so.
sea and had been frozen over. I remembered.
I didn't know the
This
boxes
verse.
kept popping up in here.
Job 38, verse 29. Out of whose womb came the ice? The hoary frost of heaven,
I
who
stay
hath
focused
gendered it?
though.
The waters are hid as with a stone. The face of the deep is frozen. See, the beast is under those waters, isn't he? He's down at the bottom of the sea. He's going to rise up from the sea, but right now he can't because they're sealed in.
Bone meal.
They're hid as with a stone, because that's really what ice is. And if you don't believe that, if you've never been hit with an ice ball, not a snowball, an ice one, it hurts.
A nice one
Hard
or
as rock. Ice it.
nice one or ice one? That's all loud. Hello.
I can't,
Yeah.
because they're
Thanks for
sealed
joining though.
in.
Thanks for stopping by.
They're
Joining
hid
the live stream.
as with a stone,
I need
because
to.
that's really what ice is. And if you don't believe that, if you've never been hit with an ice ball, not a snowball, an ice one, it hurts. Hard as rock. Ice is hard as rock. So God hid. He took this king of Ai, hid him, and sealed him in with stones, ice, frozen water. You know, there's a story of a secret ancient land that's sunk at the bottom of the ocean called Hyperborea. That means Borea Borealis. You've heard of the aurora borealis. You know what it means? It's the aurora that you see up in the borealis. Arctic. It's another word for the Arctic. Hyperborea. It's a mystical land like Atlantis that was advanced and was ruled over by 10 kings, and it was sunk in the bottom of the ocean. Think of Noah's flood. And now it's all, see, it's up in the north. This is a map. Hyperborea.
You should go look up Mike Hogwood when you get a chance.
Land like Atlantis.
Pastor Mike Hogwood. He's got some knowledge about things from the Holy Bible. I need to get back another reading.
In the bottom of the
in the
ocean.
Holy Bible.
Think of Noah's flood.
God knows.
And now it's all it's up in the north. This is a map of Hyperborea. It's in the place where this thing is
And the cherry blossoms and
not true.
trees in the update.
This map, there's an uncanny resemblance to the logo of the United Nations. You think about it. The United Nations. And the United Nations logo, remember, is subdivided into 32 sections, with the 33rd section being at the exact place where Hyperborea was, the North Pole. There's telling you there's something there at the North Pole, and it's covered up with a giant stone of frozen water, and it's awaiting its release, the unsealing. They're going to take the stones and they're going to let it out. That's the king of Ai. That's what that little boy played. 2,000 years later, they bring him back to life out of the frozen water. Remember, several times with Jeremiah, God had warned Israel, watch out. The northern army's coming. That's what God told Joel, the northern army. He said in Jeremiah, it's going to come out of the north. They're going to come out of the north. They're coming from the north. Coming from Hyperborea. It's been frozen over since then. But somehow, some way, they're coming out. The stones are going to be removed. He that now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then that wicked shall be revealed. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. Again, if it's over your head, just take some time, go back and replay this. Maybe I'll explain it better if you replay it. Okay? I know these are big thoughts here, and you don't have to understand how all the quantum stuff works. I'm just here to let you know that this is where everything's going, and now it kind of makes sense to me, because I have this idea that if it's not in the Bible, it doesn't exist. But if it does exist, it's in the Bible. And it took me a little while to find it. But I asked God, would you show me great and mighty things that I know not? And God did. They're all right here in the Scriptures. That's what we want you to understand. This Bible is a perfect blueprint for everything that's going on. Just read it and believe it. God will give you wisdom. So next week, hopefully next week, we're going to start to make the transition from here we are building the king of AI to now this king of AI is going to need a place to live now that he's here. He's going to need a place to live. He's going to pick humanity. We're going to start seeing the connection and the divine spark and the transformers. That's where we're going next week. All right? Pray for us. God bless you. We thank God for you. Thank you for watching. Go back and watch it again. Maybe you'll understand it better the second, third, fourth, fifth time. All right? Took me that long to get it. I think I got it now. All right. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm gonna listen to some Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed Origins, Sinner Strain 01. You dudes, get over there. Assassin's Creed Origins, Center Strain 01. I love that dude, he's so cool. Center Strain 01.
Some say the world has never been more divided, that we've never been more disconnected. But through
They're gonna go through my nose, it's stupid, I really do.
Welcome back, ladies and gents. What is going to be my final new coverage for Assassin's Creed Origins. I actually, for some reason, misplaced this footage. There's going to be a lot of things to show here. This is going to be a long video for you guys, showing you some different things that we haven't seen. Finally, you're going to get to see the inventory system for changing outfits and things like that. So we're going to do a little swimming underwater. We're going to just try to have as much fun as we can in this final video. First of all, thank you to everyone out there that shows all of this footage. It is truly rejuvenated me.
You're very welcome,
YouTube
brother.
is such an up and
Please
down
subscribe to
place
Sinner
where
Strain 01,
one
guys.
moment you could be doing really well on the channel,
Oh,
the
my
next moment
sense,
you could be just abysmal and you know, no success whatsoever. So over the past week, I've really felt that the channel has had a lot of success. We've gained over 2,000 subscribers in just 4 days, which for me, I know may not seem like a lot to some people, but for me, that is a lot. It is more than what I'm usually getting, and for all of your new subscribers out there, welcome to the family. You are now a proud member of the Diamond Dogs, so thank you so much for that. Hopefully you'll be here for more than just Assassin's Creed, as I have all kinds of other great content for you guys to check out. Stealth games galore, just all kinds of things for you to, you know, have fun with. So definitely don't forget to go check out all the other videos that we have and all the other walkthroughs on the channel. So with that being said, for this specific video, I'm going to show you some more combat with the double blades. Show you, obviously, some looking around the water for hidden treasure. I'm going to show you another area that is a secret, another like kind of temple under the water that you can go to. And I'm going to show you the outfit selection screen so you can see what it's going to be to equip different outfits and stuff like that. So hopefully you'll enjoy the gameplay. And again, it means a lot to me that you guys have been commenting so much, that you guys have been liking, sharing the videos. It means a lot. And I've also wanted to address a few things. I noticed a lot of people complaining as I've showed so much of the of the game that there's really nothing left to explore. And I can't agree with, or I can't express how wrong those statements are. This is an RPG. It is so massive. If you look at the map, which is now fully shown in the game, you will see that Memphis is just the tiniest of tiniest places on this map, and there are plenty more cities to explore. There are plenty more areas to go to, and a lot of missions, side missions, and things to explore. Now, also remember that it is your responsibility to watch what you want to watch and not watch what you don't want to watch. It is my job as a YouTuber is to get this stuff out there to you guys so you can make a decision if this game is going to be right for you. And that is all I've tried to do. All I've tried to do was show you as much footage that I can so you can make that decision. Has the game went in a direction that you are comfortable with, spending your hard-earned money with? And it's always my job as a YouTuber, as a person, that I strongly believe that I want to make sure that you give or shown everything that needs to be shown. Not necessarily all of the good things, but sometimes the bad things, so you can see what this game particularly has to offer. And I feel that I've done that with my footage on Assassin's Creed, and we're going to have more coming out. Again,
can you have foxes as pets in Minecraft?
According to Business Insider, you can tame a fox in
Can you give a fox a name tag in Minecraft?
Here is some information for, can I put a name tag on a fox Minecraft? According to Minecraft, name tags, as you might guess, allow you to name an animal or mob in Minecraft. The only creatures you can't name, in fact, are other players in the Ender Dragon.
It is up to you to watch it or not watch it. I can only do so much. I put this out there for you guys so that you...
What animals can you give a name to in Minecraft?
Sure,
Fucking
check out the...
idiots. You're an idiot.
See the game in all of its glory, and...
What animals can you give a name tag to in Minecraft?
According to Sportskina, name tags are rare items that can be used to name all types of mobs within the game. Be it a creeper, a chicken, a wolf, or even a skeleton, players can use a name tag.
How do I give an animal a name tag?
According to Minecraft, first, you'll need to get yourself an anvil and some XP, and then rename the name tag itself in the anvil to what you'd like it to apply. Only then can you take the tag and right-click it on a creature you'd like to name. Once you do, the name will float over the creature's head forever after.
Hopefully make that choice for yourself if you think you should pick it up or not. That's the most any YouTuber. We're here to guide you, at least me, I'm here to guide you with walkthroughs, to show you how to complete certain missions and games on specific difficulty levels, where to get the collectibles, where to do this and where to do that, to help you in your struggle with gaming and so you can enjoy it more. But I'm also here to help you decide whether or not these games are going to be right for you, to show a little bit of footage off and you can make that decision yourself. And there will be a walkthrough of this game when it comes out, and it's going to be walkthrough extensively. There's going to be every mission, every side mission, all missions, all that's why I'm here. That's the main purpose of this channel. So, for those of you that are upset because of the amount of footage that I have shown off, again, it is your choice to watch it or not. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you made a decision, and maybe if you're at that decision now, that's great. You don't need to watch anymore. You can just wait till the game releases in 2 months. But for those of you out there that still want to continue to see what this game has to offer in some more different places, then obviously continue to watch all the videos that I'll have out for this game in the near future. So, just wanted to get that out of the way, that this, what the purpose of this channel is, and why I show as much as I can, because when I go into any game, I try to be as thorough as possible. Because there are people out there that I'm playing for that don't have the opportunity to buy $60 games, or they don't have the consoles, or how to beat a certain section. For those out there that don't have the game,
We'll call him Timber.
and just kind of explore the adventure with me, and to help make decisions if you want to get it or not. There's always it's a multifaceted level of determination that I have inside of me to make sure that I show you as much as I can for you to help make any decisions that you have with the game. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching all of the videos. I really, really do appreciate it. We've had so much success with this, and I know we can't ride off the success that much longer. It's going to go back down to normal, but I am going to be getting my hands on the game again very, very soon. So stay tuned for that.
Timber,
And of course,
so
the game
cute. I
is
got a pet.
releasing in less than 2 months now. So I'm very, very excited. Well, just about 2 months now. I'm very, very excited for the full release of this game. And again, I will show you as much as I can to help you make that decision. And even if it's stuff that you feel has spoiled the game for you, you can go get the experience for yourself and actually do it as well. It's one thing to show you the stuff you go into the game yourself, you get to experience it again for the first time because it is you doing it. The mistakes that you make or the successes that you do will be solely based off of you. I can guide you, but again, you are the ones that are completing those challenges. Even if I have a walkthrough guide out there and I show you how one way that you can do it, when you do it, that is your accomplishment. That is not my accomplishment. That is yours. You did it based off of learning. Now remember, skill, everything is always based off of learning. When you're learning how to be a football player, a basketball player, a sports, whatever it is, you learn something and you get better at it. So feel accomplished that when you pull something off, a stealth maneuver or something like that.
Oh, you idiots. Okay, flip out of here. You know what, I do want to hear this all the way. You know what, actually. Okay, cool though.
Like that. It's perfect. Had that skill all along, and you learn something from it. That is all that I try to do. Watch something. Moving forward. That's all we can do. This is a way to escape,
lovely little guy, Timber. That's a perfect name for him too. In the Timberlands. Timberlands, my lottie. Oh, lottie. I'm not gonna do that. Can I tame the foxes? Hold on. Can you tame the foxes in Minecraft?
According to Business Insider, you can tame a fox in Minecraft by breeding 2 wild foxes. The baby fox they spawn will automatically be tamed, but will follow its parents until you lead it away. To breed wild foxes in Minecraft, you'll need to enclose them in a pen and then feed them sweet berries.
That's a voice. Oh, you fucking you. Get your ass over here now. Berry in here? Hey, where'd you go? I'm gonna beat that. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. In Minecraft, can you get a fox to follow you?
According to Business Insider, like most animal models, foxes can be tamed, so they'll follow and obey you.
Yeah, how? Okay, about that. Getting too old about it. Okay, they will follow through and we can read it. You, get your ass over here now. There you go, Kimber. I'm putting her on a leash. We're going to keep him on a leash. I guess he can't follow me. He was over. I should probably, yeah. Knowing I didn't shit.
With the 33rd section being at the exact place where Hyperborea was, the North Pole. There's telling you there's something.
You know what, let me see from Mike Hoggard, Exodus. Mike Hoggard, Exodus. Mike Hoggard, Exodus. Exodus.
You can't handle the truth, faggot! In all that comes into bunker. That's the word I'm looking for. And I gotta turn my headphones down again because the audio that comes
good.
rather than any other choice they might have had. And I've always loved that about that family. So anyway, our church is going to help them. Some have already sent in some donations. I'm not telling you how much. I'm not saying this. Just if God lays something on your heart and you send it in here, you can send it through PayPal and just mark it Grogan Family, Grogan, or send a check and just put a little note on there on the memo that says Grogan Family. We will make sure that all of that gets there to them. And let's show God's people who are in need what God's people can do for our own people who are in need. It's one thing, and I love it. It's one thing to feed people in Kenya, thousands of miles away, that will never meet in this life. It's another thing in Ireland. They are our own people, and let them suffer and go destitute. And I don't think that's right. So anyway, and especially in the light of, and some of you have already seen this, Brother James Collins, as I said, he is the staff evangelist for Southwest Radio Church Ministry, on-air voice that you hear. And we were going to be having one of their conferences here, but they said in the RSVP there was like only 9 people here, so it just wasn't worth their effort expense. And then they were going to have one in Oklahoma City, and I believe that they've canceled that as well. Now, let me give you a quick calendar. Sweetie Pie and I will be in Fort Smith, Arkansas.
Oh, haha. September.
September 12th, 13th, and 14th, I believe.
I want to get the cherry blossoms and
Monday,
stuff.
Tuesday, and Wednesday.
They got more trees. We
And
need
I
like
think we're going to go to
redwoods,
Francis,
sequoias.
14th, I believe. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And I think we're going to go to Francis a couple of times. Then, October the 7th, we will be in Camdenton, Missouri, near Lake of the Ozarks. And my good friend and fellow pastor, Brother Wayne Dinwiddie, not Dimwit,
not be timber.
January 11th, 2021, a fire destroyed a 75,000 square foot processing plant in Fayetteville, North Carolina. April 30th, same year, a fire ignited inside the Smithfield Foods pork processing plant. That's just wrong to burn down a bacon factory. In Monmouth, Illinois, 7/25/21, 3-alarm fire at Kellogg plant, Memphis, Tennessee. 7/30/21, firefighters battled a large fire at Tyson's Ingredients plant in Hanceville, Alabama. 8/23/21, fire crews were called to the Paddock Meat Production Company in Austell, Georgia. 9/13/21, a fire at the JBS beef plant in Green Island, Nebraska, forced a halt to production. 10/13/21, a 5-alarm fire ripped through the Dairy Gold butter production plant, Caldwell, Idaho.
Didn't I have to worry about wolves?
11/10/21, a woman allegedly
You
started
got
a
a father
fire
going, oh, I want to so bad you
Bard
don't know.
Country Food Pantry in Lancaster County, or Lancaster, Kentucky.
I didn't know I had to worry about those idiots.
11/29/21, a fire broke out at the Made Right Steak Company meat processing plant in Dunmore, PA. 12/13/21, Westside Food Processing Plant in San Antonio, Texas, damaged by fire. 11/13/22, firefighters battled a fire out at the Cargill Nutrena plant in LeCompte, Louisiana. Nutrena is a dog food company. 1/31/22, a fertilizer plant caught on fire on Cherry Street in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. 2/3/22, a massive fire swept through Wisconsin River Meats in Mouston, Wisconsin. 2/3/22, same day, at
I'd
least
give my
130 cows were killed in a fire at Percy Farm in Stowe, Vermont. 2/15/22, Bonanza Meat Company went up in flames in El Paso, Texas. 2/15/22, fire destroyed most of the Shearer's Foods plant in Hermiston, Oregon. 2/16/22, a fire damaged America's largest soybean processing and biodiesel plant in Claypool, Indiana. 2/18/22, an early morning fire tore through the milk parlor at Bestview Farm in St. Albans, Vermont. 2/19/22, an ammonia leak caused a shutdown at Lincoln Premium Poultry in Fremont, Nebraska.
It's bullshit though. Give me my name tag at least.
In other words, February 22nd, 2022, the Shearer's Foods plant in Hermiston, Oregon, caught fire again after a boiler exploded. 2/28/22, a fire raged out of control at Nutrien Ag Solutions, Sunnyside, Washington. 2/28/22, a man was hurt during a fire at the Dutch Girl Creamery in Lincoln, Nebraska. Don't mess with the little Dutch Oregon,
Oh,
was
okay.
destroyed by fire. 42122, a small plane
Ugh.
crashed at a General Mills plant in Covington, Georgia. 51922, a train carrying fertilizer derailed at Dayton Beach, Florida. In Covington, Georgia. 51922, a train carrying fertilizer derailed at Dayton Beach, Florida. Or Jensen Beach, Florida. 52922, a fire destroyed a poultry at
Can you run the crap?
Richmond Farm in Howard Lake, Minnesota. 6722, a fire damaged
You won't do me that.
JBS Big Plant in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I thought they only made cheese in Wisconsin. Anyway, that's bad enough. 6822, fire gutted Mill, Arcola, Louisiana. 6922, irrigation water was canceled in California, the number one U.S. storage water flushed directly out to the Delta. That's not good because people who, the Corps of Engineers, deal with Lake Mead, which is where the Colorado River and other rivers run into Lake
Okay.
Mead. That's a reservoir to give water to about 4 different states. California is a beneficiary of that, and it's just they're running out of water, and so they had to make a decision here a couple days ago that they're going to cut back on the amount of water that they let out of the lake. They have to. Too many mob hits are showing up in 55-gallon drums in the bottom of Lake Mead. That's not a lie either. They're finding all these 55-gallon drums, and they look in there, and there's skeletal remains, usually with a bullet hole in his head. And I watch a guy named Michael Franzese. I like his stories. I like the fact that he came out of the mob, and he claims to be a Christian now. I'm not his judge, but I like some of the stories he tells. And he says, 100% guaranteed those are mob hits. They came out of Las Vegas. Vegas was being run by the mafia out of New York. And he said, you went against the mafia, you didn't pay your debts or whatever, you got a bullet in the head. They stuck you in a 55-gallon drum and took you out in the middle of Lake Mead, and they dropped you there thinking that your body would never be found. The lake is going down. Now they're finding all these bodies. Very interesting. Let's see here. 6/12/22, the largest pork company in the U.S. shut down a California plant due to high costs. 6/13/22, fire broke out at a processing plant west of Waupaca County in Belmont, Wisconsin. 6/14/22, over 10,000 head of cattle died in the Kansas heat wave. Actually, it was 10,001.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go.
One of the cows.
I got those. I'm gonna come back later. I might come back after. No, I'll do this another time. I'm gonna definitely do Assassin's Creed
George's
Origin.
Incorporated poultry closed its food processing plant in Campbell County, Tennessee.
And I'll catch you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.